Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and welcome to another edition or episode of Beyond the Pulpit. We have been studying the last few weeks, as y'all know, the fruits of the Spirit. We've went over love, joy, and peace, and today in the King James it says the next one is long-suffering. Well, I went to the dictionary and looked up long-suffering to see how that would go with our biblical dictionary, and it says, in the Webster, it says, having or showing patience in spite of troubles, especially those caused by other people. In the Bible, long-suffering is often used to describe a characteristic of patience, endurance, and forbearance, particularly in the face of the difficulty or challenging circumstances. It is closely related to the concept of being slow to anger and showing restraint and mercy even when provoked or hurt. The term long-suffering is commonly seen in the Scriptures as a quality of God Himself, as well as something that believers are encouraged to develop. The ability to endure difficult situations without losing faith or becoming bitter, it's a form of patience that goes beyond just waiting. It involves enduring trials and hardships while maintaining a right attitude toward others. Being slow to anger, as God Himself is described in slow to anger in numerous places in the Bible. In Exodus 34:6 and Numbers 14:18, this means taking time before reacting to a frustration or injustice. My dad taught me many years ago. I didn't listen for a long time, but he taught me to take a breath, son, before you answer the question or answer to someone that has violated or hurt you. In other words, count to 10. Slow down. Make sure that your mind gets caught up with your mouth. Also a form of love that persists through difficulties. In 1 Corinthians 13:14, where the love chapter is discussed, one of the qualities of love is that it is patient, which can be seen as synonymous with long-suffering. Long-suffering is not something we can develop purely on our own. It's a fruit of the Spirit, as we've already said this morning. You can find those, of course, in Galatians 5:22 and 23. It is cultivated through a relationship with God. The more we rely on the Holy Spirit, the more we can develop this quality. Developing patience and long-suffering requires constant prayer and a growing faith. Trusting through trials and asking Him for the strength to endure helps build this particular trait in your life. Jesus exemplified long-suffering throughout His life. By studying His life and actions, especially His patience in the face of suffering, His passion, His crucifixion, believers can be inspired to model this same behavior. Recognizing that suffering and patience are often used by God for growth that can help us endure difficulties. Knowing that suffering is not meaningless, but rather a means of developing character, can motivate us to persevere. Long-suffering is connected to self-control. When we are able to control our reactions and emotions, particularly when we're faced with injustice or someone speaks up against us or someone retaliates against us for whatever reason, we can exercise patience and mercy if we have long-suffering in our life. And I'm sure you're saying right now, okay, Wade, I get it, but what will it do for me in the long run? Well, in the long run, it helps us refine our character, producing spiritual maturity. As mentioned in Romans 5, verse 3 and 4, suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. By enduring trials patiently, we grow spiritually and become more like Christ. And as you know, we count as being blessed those who have persevered. When we persevere through challenges with long-suffering, it brings blessings, often in the form of spiritual rewards or deeper peace. In James 5:11, he said this, as you know, we count as blessed for those who have persevered, whatever the reason may be. It improves our relationship with others, especially when we choose to be patient and forgiving toward them. This kind of enduring love fosters unity and reconciliation. By demonstrating long-suffering, we reflect God's nature to others. God's own patience and mercy toward us should inspire us to extend that same patience and grace to others. It also helps us grow in other areas like humility, empathy, and trust in God's timing and sovereignty. It teaches us to wait on the Lord and trust that He has a purpose, even in our difficult times. In conclusion this morning, long-suffering is a key biblical virtue that involves enduring hardship with patience, trust in God, and love for others. It is cultivated through the Holy Spirit and leads us to spiritual growth, stronger relationships, and deeper faith. I hope you practice long-suffering this week. I hope you make a point to practice long-suffering. If someone has done something to you and you're holding on to that grudge or you're having issues with that, forgive them. Go to them. Talk to them. Let them know that you are open. You're very open to God's blessings upon their lives and yours. As always, here in Bloomingdale Baptist Church, we love you. We look forward to seeing you the next time we meet. You have yourself a great week.